Hey guys, it's Lukion, and today I am going to be talking about my least favorite books of 2021, my top 10 worst books of the year. I just finished filming my favorite books of 2021, and I guess I just don't like being positive because now it's time to pour some salt. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have 10 books here that I really didn't like. 8 of them are 2 stars, 2 were 1 star, so let's just get into it. So I'm going to start at like the ones that I am least mad about to the ones that I disliked the most. So I hope that makes sense. At number 10 I have Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I think this one is probably like one of the most disappointing because I had really expected to love it. It follows a girl named Evangeline Fox who is trying to stop the wedding of the man that she loves to her stepsister, I think, and she ends up running into Jax, who is like the Prince of Hearts, and asks him to stop this wedding for her, and he's like, I need 3 kisses, girl, and she's like, okay. And then some bad stuff happens, and she's like, oh no, what did I do? Like, I don't have any character development, but I can't believe this happened. So yeah, I really didn't like this book. I mean, the cover's great. Like, I got the UK special edition, and I mean, this cover slaps. Like, it's so good, and underneath, like, it's great. It's a beautiful book on the outside. On the inside, not so much. I really liked Stephanie Garber's first series, Caraval. This one, though, this was a bit of a rocky road. It was just not great. Like, it was just not great. I think it was fine sometimes, but not all the time. So yeah. I thought the characters were really bland and boring and annoying and stupid, and I thought the plot was, like, slow. It was just revolving around this stupid girl who wants to fall in love. And it's like, girl, you're not gonna find love if you don't have a personality. So, yeah, this one was just a hit and a miss for me. So, yeah. Not a fan. Then I have Majesty by Catherine McGee. This is a sequel to American Royals. This one, kind of the same. The characters felt pretty flat. The plot was kind of boring. And I didn't feel like there was any forward movement. And I just didn't think this book needed to exist. I think it could have been so much shorter or much more interesting. Like, I could think of like 10 things right now that would have made it more enjoyable, but I guess Catherine McGee just didn't want to do those things. So, yeah. That one I was not really a big fan of. It was just, like, it was fine, I guess, but it was just, like, pretty blah. Like, I think the first couple of books I'm talking about, I just feel very apathetic towards. Then we're gonna get into some of the things that I actually, like, showed genuine dislike towards, so, yeah. But next, I have My Favorite Half Night Stand by Christina Lauren. This is easily my least favorite Christina Lauren book. Once again, I think just undeveloped characters are my kryptonite, because I just can't do that. But this book follows 2 characters who end up having like a one-night stand, and they're a part of this friend group, and then there's like a website, dating website that they use, and the like main girl kind of like catfishes the guy. It just felt very like odd to me, and it was so boring. I thought this friend group was so cringy. They were like 40-year-olds who were trying to be like hip, and it was just painful. Like, it was painful to read this book sometimes, and I hate catfishing. I think it's so like gross and stupid and annoying, and I don't understand why you would want to like catfish your friend. It's just not good, and I thought their romance was annoying, and I thought the characters were boring. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Then I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is another one that I thought was just like so boring. Like, it could have been so interesting. It could have been so good. But it wasn't. Like, I thought the main character, I can't even remember her name. Was it like Nora or something? I don't even know. She's so stupid and annoying, and like literally has 2 personality traits, if that. There was no nuance at all. It felt like the author thought their readers were stupid, and so they were like telling you what happened, like telling you what you should get from it, telling you what you should glean from the story. Like, it was just not good. And I'm not the only one, because one of my sister's best friends read this book kind of like around the same time as me, and we felt the same. It was no nuance, horrible character development, writing that fell flat. It was not good. So yeah, that is another one. At number 6, are we at? I have Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. This one was kind of just one that, like, I didn't like. Like, it's told all through letters, and I just don't like kind of epistolary format, and I also think that it was done really badly. And I hated the characters. It was so confusing. There were like 9 million characters, and none of them had any personality. So it was just like not enjoyable or fun at all. So yeah, I was not a big fan of that one, and it was kind of just like very blah. So yeah, that's one. I liked the movie a little bit better, but still it was kind of just boring. I do have a like vlog where I read this book called like reading 7 books in 7 days, that challenge that I did over the summer, so I can link that video in the description box if you want to see like more of my thoughts. But yeah, again, this is another one that I just feel very apathetic towards. Another one is also one that I read for that challenge, and it is The Darkest Legacy by Alexandra Bracken. This is one that, like, I loved Alexandra Bracken's other books. I really like the Darkest Mind series, but this was one that just really fell flat for me. I don't think it was a good continuation. It felt just like a money grab and like promotion for the movie, which didn't make any money anyway. So I think that this is one that was just, again, really fell flat. I never really cared for Zoo as a character in the original trilogy because she was just so undeveloped. And I don't think she had any more development in this book, and I think the writing was boring, or just not great, like not Alexandra Bracken's normal. It was too wordy, way too long. Like, there was no plot for this book, and it was like 600 pages, or like 550 or something. And I thought the new characters that were introduced were annoying, and I don't think this was a series that needed to be continued. It ended really well, and I don't think that there was like a need for another book. Then we're moving into the ones that I like had actual genuine dislike for, and that the first one is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I hated the characters in this book. I hated the writing. I thought it was just not good. I thought it was horrible romance. Like, it made no sense why the characters hated each other, and then they just all of a sudden fall in love. Like, I don't get it at all. The movie was like better, but it was still not great at all. And I just thought it was very, very poor. Like, it was just not good. And I've heard horrible things about Sally Thorne's other books. I won't be reading them. But yeah, this one was just not for me. I know a lot of people love this book, but I thought some of the jokes in it were really, really offensive and problematic. And I thought the characters were just so bad. Like, so horribly written. Okay, so my battery actually ended up dying, but, so I had to, like, you know, plug it in and all this other stuff, but we only have like 3 more books to talk about. The first one being Clean Getaway by Nick Stone. This was another one that just fell really flat to me. It read like a first draft. Like, I felt like Nick Stone probably just like wrote this book in like 2 or 3 weeks, and then turned it into her publisher and was like, I'm too busy to edit it, just publish it, no one will even notice, it's for like 10-year-olds or whatever. And then they just did, and it was like, oh, no one will notice, but like, you know, it was very obvious. Like, it just felt like yeah, it was diverse, yeah, it was like good messages, but that's not enough. Like, you need to have a good story, and it just wasn't a good story. It felt like, again, just like it was written really quickly, with no editing, with no like extra thought put into it. So yeah, that was another one. And then we are moving into my 2 1-star books. Funnily enough, my second best book of the year is by the same author as my second worst book of the year, which is The Lost Book of the White by Cassandra Clare, and also Wesley Chu. I hated this book, like, so much. Like, I can't even express to you how much I hated this book. I thought, like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if Cassandra Clare was just like, I don't care. I don't know if maybe Wesley Chu wrote the majority of this book, and maybe I just don't like his books. I don't know what happened, but it was just not good, like, at all. Like, I thought it was so boring. Most of this book was just, like, the characters researching, and I thought there were jokes that were, like, trying to be funny, but were not. There were the characters that we'd known for so many books felt underdeveloped, which made no sense. Like, they didn't feel like themselves. The writing was nothing special. I just wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was very boring and bad, and I just didn't like it at all, really. And then number 1, my least favorite book of the year, is Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. I have, again, a reading vlog where I talk about this book, which I can link This book was just such a mess. I hated the characters, I thought the writing was bad, the plot was so boring, and it was just like, not good, and I can't even remember the main character's names. Like, I think her name was Zeshin, but I cannot tell you the two main guys' names. I liked that there was like a polyamorous relationship included in this book, but like, again, diversity should be a standard, not a bonus, so yeah, I hated this book so much. Like, I could go into depth and talk about like everything that I hated, but I'm not gonna, because one, it's spoilery, and two, I already talked a lot about it in that reading vlog. But yeah, it was so bad, 1 star, will never read it again. Will I ever read another one of their books? Probably. Maybe. Not the sequel to this, absolutely not, but maybe like another one of their books in the future if it interests me. So, yeah. Those are all of the... Oh, also I forgot to mention if I'll be reading the 3rd book in this series. I will, just because it's Cassandra Clare, but I will not have high hopes. Okay. Yeah, that is it for this video. Those are my 10 worst books of the year. If you also read these books and you didn't like them either, let me know. And we can hate it in the comments. Or if you liked it and you want to like plead your case, do so as well. But yeah, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. All my social media links in the description box below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!